It's great to meet you. Thank you very much for the time.
Of course, anytime, anytime.
So, the first question I have is what's it like coming back for a second season for Swagger when I imagine I've heard different stories from people and that, coming back to a set can be so many different things. What was it for you coming back to this character and this cast?
Just extremely ecstatic, exciting. This has been my family for so long, and it was great seeing everybody again because especially we all come from very far places. We have people from Australia, Canada, Louisiana, Atlanta, New York. So, and I'm in LA, so we don't get to see each other often, suffice to say. But I was just really happy and excited to be back.
That's cool. Well, where is season two going to take Royale? What's his, I know from season one that obviously you had said in an interview that, he was a little bit of an outcast, we'll say, or he was trying to fit in at least. So
Yeah.
where does the second season find him after everything that happened the last time around?
Well, without giving away too much, I think it's okay that I let y'all know that Royale is no longer just the one on the outside looking in, trying his hardest to please everybody and make sure he's a part of the group. Because if you guys remember the last season and the last episode last season, he kind of finally stepped out of his comfort zone, really, gave everybody there, like letting him know, like he is useful. He is a part of this team. He matters. You know what I mean? So he proven himself. He's one of the guys now. He's more confident, more sure of himself. He has a handle on a lot of other things. You just see him grow, and I can't wait for y'all to see him.
Even the first episode, we get to see him right away kind of owning that, which is fantastic.
No, I was really excited to see this. When we were in the front row of our, on the screening. It was just really cool to see the difference from season one screening in premiere versus season two. It's like they're grown. It's a whole different game now. You know what I mean? We go through a lot of different, trials and tribulations, but also with that, a lot of upgrades and just amazing grown up qualities as you guys are going to see.
Definitely a lot more swagger.
Definitely a lot more swagger. Definitely a lot more swagger.
The other side of this is I'm always impressed knowing what a different group of actors and everyone involved with the show, seeing the actual shots and the work you must do to make this look real and like you're in the middle of a game, which obviously you are playing. So what is it like coming back to that and have your skills must be amazing by now.
It's very kind of like muscle memory coming back into it. You know what I mean? Like we hadn't been doing it obviously, but the break between after season one finished, when we started filming season two, we immediately had to get back in the gym, start training again with one of our head basketball, coordinators and Reggie Wallace, which love that guy. Always make sure we're on our top of our peak of our game and weight room exercise, training, basketball exercises. We meet up and, we get through a lot of the drills that we have to already practice for scenes. And then we just do regular basketball drills just to get us in the right feel as a basketball team. So not only are we, just an acting cast, we're also a basketball team. So we got to move as one, think as one, play as one. So it was definitely a kind of a joy to come back to it. I like playing with my teammates and my co-stars. So it was really good.
It's really fascinating to me because you watch a show like Ted Lasso, also on Apple TV Plus, and they do a little bit of the soccer stuff in that show, but you guys full on do basketball. Like this is no joke.
Yeah, it is no joke. And as far as that, to finish up answering the last part of your question, no, yeah, definitely Royale's basketball skills are definitely upgraded. You know what I mean? As far as he's the defense boss, we all know this. You know what I mean? And can't wait for y'all to see how we get down on the court this season.
Well, as an actor, the way the camera gets into some of these shots, do you guys ever have to like avoid hitting the camera? It seems because it's right there.
Yeah, all the time. But we are kind of used to it from last season, so we always have a rule whenever we're during games, especially if we're like running backwards on the court or trying to guard somebody, always make sure to kind of have a second pair of eyes looking back because Roller Red, that is our cameraman on skates, as we call him, zooms through. He comes off a wooden ramp we actually have placed on outside of the actual filming shots, and he comes down off the ramps, zoom passes everybody. So whatever basketball team we happen to be facing, you know, the new guys, we kind of let them know, like, hey, keep an eye out. He will be, this is like the most different way to shoot basketball scene or just any kind of acting scene. He will be zipping in and out, always keep an eye out.
That's amazing. I mean, that's almost unheard of, really. It
Seriously.
sounds so cool.
Very, very.
You know, the other thing pushing and pulling these guys is, of course, the NBA dreams. And I feel like it feels very much more part of the story this season. I haven't watched that many episodes, but can you talk a little bit about where that's taking them this season, or and also obviously how college dreams and everything else are impacting them?
Oh yeah, it's getting real close to the buzzer now. Considering you know we hit our gap years, we are now grown teenagers. We're getting close to finishing up high school, so everybody's already focused on NILs and what college they're gonna go to and making it to the league. And you know, and you may find out later that some people may not want to continue that dream so far. So I can't, again, not relaying too much, but you're gonna have to watch, wait, and see. But no, yeah, there's a lot of surprises ahead, and I can't wait for everybody to get a look at that. So
That's cool. Well, the last thing I want to know is I heard you were also involved in the Stepmother 3. Can
yes.
you talk a little bit about that project? Because it's already out now.
Yes, it is already out. That's my first film, actually. I've only been doing TV series or guest star roles up until then. So it was really fun to kind of get a semi-different feel than other roles, especially this is like a thriller. People tend to not make it at the end of these kind of movies. So it was definitely something I was very excited and 100% happy to be a part of. And the cast was beautiful, amazing. They welcomed me with open arms and kind of filled me in because I had not been too familiarized with the first Stepmother or the second one. So after they kind of filled me in afterwards, I went to go watch it, and just an amazing trilogy. And I didn't know this was this whole market of love for the franchise. Like I had no idea. And I kind of just dove into Tubi, and there's been so many people congratulating me and looking. I was like, okay, I didn't know how, you know, wide this it touched people, but it's an amazing experience that I'm glad to have been a part of.
That's very cool. Well, anything you can tell us about that's coming up otherwise, or we'll have to wait and see.
You will have to wait and see. You will see a lot of new faces, a lot of new talented actors. Not new, but you know, everybody's been doing this for a minute. But new faces as far as swagger that we are happy to call our brothers and sisters, our family. We just expanded and we are on a whole different level. And the rest y'all gonna have to wait to see. Not gonna lie to you, you're gonna have to wait to see.
The show is awesome. We didn't even touch on like all the different I really do appreciate the way the show approaches so many different topics. It is very impressive.
Yeah, the director, we all kind of wanted to touch as many topics as possible, especially going on in the lives of young youth, because there's a lot of times where people don't take it as seriously because you're younger. You don't think we have enough same amount of problems as you, or the same dire situations because, oh, you're young, you'll get over it, you'll grow out of it. But kids go through just as much, if not at the time seeming a lot more as the adults, because it's just everything for us is, although living in the moment, everything's plastered, especially where all of us are as basketball players. And like, oh, our team Swagger is one of the most famous basketball teams in the DMV. So our lives are plastered out there and like put on a public pedestal for everyone to see. So it's even more pressure, you know, for them as far as that. So everybody, we're hoping we touched a lot of people that happen to be going through any of those topics we touched and reached on the show to, you know, somewhat help them. And hopefully, you know, we did our due diligence to make them feel better about this situation and see, like, you know, a lot of our key topics is to reach out to people, speak up, and you know what I mean? And never like be alone, always have somebody with you. So I'm hoping, you know, we touched up a lot of that this season.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a good day, sir.